2025 was not a year about waiting to see what might happen. It was a year about executing on what we already knew. We entered the year with conviction. Conviction in open-air retail, conviction in fundamentals, and conviction in our ability to move faster and think longer term than the market around us. While headlines debated uncertainty, we focused on performance. And once again, the real story was happening around us. Retailers were opening stores and consumers were showing up. Well-located open-air centers continued to do exactly what they were designed to do. At DLC, 2025 was about leaning into reality, not debating it. We did not chase noise, we doubled down on execution. This year reinforced a simple truth. Strong retail fundamentals, paired with disciplined ownership and hands-on operations, still create value. We started 2025 with meaningful capital behind us and a clear plan for how to deploy it. But capital alone does not create outcomes. People and platforms do. Throughout the year, we continued to strengthen the systems, the team, and infrastructure that allow us to scale like the best-in-class operator we are. From acquisitions and asset management to leasing, construction, and design, our vertically integrated model was not just a differentiator, it was the driver of speed and certainty. In a year when many groups slowed down, we stayed active because our platform is built to execute in any cycle. We acquired assets across multiple markets with a continued focus on grocery-anchored, necessity-based, and value-driven retail. Every acquisition followed the same discipline: strong real estate, strong demographics, and clear paths to value creation through active ownership. We were selective, we were opportunistic, and we stayed anchored in what we know works, at scale and without apology. The market reacts to headlines. We operate on outcomes. Every acquisition came with a defined plan for leasing, redevelopment, and long-term performance. That clarity allowed us to move decisively, even as others hesitated. When you understand your assets and control execution, waiting is a choice and hesitation is optional. The most important story of 2025 in open-air retail is what the retailers did. Did stores close? Sure. But even more stores opened. Sales exceeded expectations, and when stores work, retailers reinvest. Across the DLC portfolio, leasing momentum was driven by results, not speculation. New-to-market entries, expansion deals, renewals backed by confidence. Across categories and geographies, the signal was unmistakable. Physical retail continues to outperform when it is well-located, well-operated, and run by owners who know what they are doing. Execution does not stop at acquisition. In 2025, we continued to unlock value through targeted redevelopment and adaptive reuse. Dark big boxes became destinations. Underutilized space became productive again. These projects were not about cosmetic upgrades. They were about relevance, durability, and long-term cash flow, increasing traffic and boosting sales. Our in-house teams worked side by side, from planning and design to construction and leasing, turning vision into execution. This is where value is created, and where execution separates operators from storytellers. Throughout the year, DLC maintained a strong presence across the industry. From major conferences to media conversations, we stayed focused on sharing what we are actually seeing and doing. No theory, no hype, real deals, real performance, real outcomes. We expanded our thought leadership through long-form content, podcasts, and executive commentary, always grounded in first-hand experience. The best insights come from operators who are in the work.
The American consumer is the stalwart of the global economy, period.
Growth does not happen without people. In 2025, our culture remained a competitive advantage. We saw strong retention, internal advancement, and collaboration across teams and markets. We expanded our footprint, opened and grew offices, built a West Coast presence, adding talented team members, and entered new markets and time zones. We celebrated wins, we invested in development, and we stayed committed to being a place where high performers want to build long careers. Our recognition as a great place to work is not a tagline. It reflects how seriously we take leadership, accountability, and trust. Being an owner-operator means showing up. Across the portfolio, our teams remained engaged in the communities where we operate, supporting local initiatives, improving properties, and creating places where people want to return to. Retail is local, community matters. As we close the chapter on 2025, one thing is clear. This was not a peak. It was a proof point. The pipeline is active, retailers remain confident, and the fundamentals that carried us through 2025 are firmly in place heading into 2026. We are entering the next year with momentum, clarity, and a platform built to scale. 2025 reinforced what we have believed all along. What we do at DLC, Renovo, and NWS is making a difference. Open air retail works, execution matters, and disciplined ownership wins over time. At DLC, we are not slowing down, we are building. Because proving the model was never the finish line, scaling it is.